everybody, and welcome to my channel. This is Leslie. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm bringing you another episode of Thrifty Thursday, and today we are working with stamps, gelatos and scraps. So you see that I've already stamped some images onto my white paper over there. So I am just stamping some more of this this large background stamp. Now, to make life easy for me, I just used my silhouette mat with the blue protective cover, and I smudged some gelato straight onto that blue cover and sprayed some water on it. And I am using the gelatos as sort of an ink to stamp onto the white paper, and it worked beautifully. I love the effect that this gave, and it was very easy, and it is very effective. And if you don't have inks that you can use on your stamps, just use paint or gelatos. I mean, gelatos is basically just lipstick paint. So you can use your gelatos to in this way as well, either from the traditional, where you either make it into a paint form or draw directly onto your page, onto your white cardstock or whatever cardstock you're using. So you see there, I am making sort of a little blob of paint with my gelato. I sprayed some water onto the blue of the silhouette mat and rubbed some gelato straight into that. And now I'm just adding some splatters to my page, and just along the edges of that stamped column that I've got going there. And I wanted to make some bigger splats, but my paintbrush was being a spaz, so I couldn't get the big splats out of there, but the little splatters are good in any case. I add some gold Heidi Swap color shine right at the end, just before I'm finished with my layout. I add some gold Heidi Swap color shine in any case to that, so that brings in quite a lot of big splats. So as I said at the beginning, we're using gelatos, stamps and scraps. Now, I pulled out my Willow Lane collection for this layout. This is one of the photos from our family photo shoot in November last year. So I'm using the Willow Lane collection to document that photo shoot. So I'm just bringing out some of the scraps I have left from that collection, and I'm going to be using them. Now, these fussy cut flowers don't really count as scraps, but they were lying in my drawer, and I know they're not scraps, but I'm going to be using them in any case. I am going to be using a lot of scraps also from that collection to layer behind my photo. Now, that is the little baggie of the scraps that I've got. Now, that is a little frame from an insert in the 12 by 12 chipboard. So that's also a little bit of scrap. Now, the thing is, what you can use with your chipboard scraps, how you can use your chipboard scraps is you can use them as dimension behind your photo. If you don't have dimensional foam or foam adhesive or craft foam, you can always use old chipboard sheets, and you cut them up and just glue them. It's basically the same thickness as all the other dimensional adhesives, and it works beautifully. And I didn't use my chipboard for that purpose. I used it majorly just for layering and some little corner effect on my photo for this layout. So I'm tearing up some of the scraps that I took from my little scrap baggie, and I am just going to be layering them quite loosely behind my photo. Now, I love using scraps for this purpose, and I do try and keep most of my scraps. Scraps like the little tear-off bits on the top of a 12 by 12 sheet that comes from a 12 by 12 paper pad. Most of the paper pads have like a hole in it in the center of the paper pad where they hang the paper pad up in a shop. I don't usually keep those little bits, but if it is a 12 by 12 sheet, the single sheets, they usually have quite nice pattern on them. The branding strips are quite nice. So I'm just going to be sticking everything down with wet glue, and it's very important that if you use mixed media on your background, it doesn't matter how thick the mixed media is, if there's any sort of mixed media on your background, it is really important for you to use wet glue to stick your elements down on your page, because ATG and any other tape runner, in my experience, it's no good if they don't stick. Your little elements that you want to, get on your page doesn't really stick. So now I still have these little paper clips from last week's challenge out on my desk, so I thought I'd use another paper clip just to balance some of the gold in that gold stripe behind my photo on the right hand side, to balance some of that gold. Now I've got a nice little gold piece on the left hand side of my photo, and that little love word fits in perfectly right in between those leaves. It sort of nestles nicely in there. Now you see, it is not your eyes, it is not the internet, it is my camera that is out of focus. And I said in last week's video that I feel like I've been apologizing the last 2 months or so, or last month. It's all I've been doing on my YouTube channel, is apologizing for my shocking videos. And yeah, this is another video I seem to I'm going to have to apologize for, but it's out of focus. It's not your eyes, it is my camera. And you'll see in the end, when you get a look at the stills, you'll get a picture of what this layout looked like in the end. Now I'm going to be going into the 12 by 12 paper pad. I need a sort of a background paper for my layout, and you just saw that I ripped the right hand side of the page a little bit, just along the edge of the layout, just to give it a little bit of texture and interest on that side. I felt that it was a bit bare, and I wanted to bring in some more yellow, because some of those flowers have a very nice yellow tinge to it. So I just brought in some yellow on the side, and that is another way that you can just bring in some color. If you don't want to bring in too much embellishments, or you don't have embellishments anymore, and you want to bring in color to your layout, and you don't want to use mixed media or anything like that, then you just rip a piece off and back it to your 12 by 12 paper. And very easy. It's it brings color, it adds, draws your eye to that side of the page as well, and it acts as a sort of like a little balancing, it balances color on your layout if you do it the way I did it, where it's the same color as the yellow in the flowers on the left hand side of the page. So I'm just going to use my silhouette mat as a guide to make sure that this, when I stick the two pages together, they do make 12 by 12. They do make a 12 by 12 page, and it's not bigger or smaller or anything like that. So, and that is about it for this layout. I do add some little word stickers from the same collection as well, from Willow Lane as well, and I just place them randomly all over the, around the photo. And I do add some, as I said, Heidi Swap Color Shine right at the end. I don't think I recorded that little bit, but it's just some Heidi Swap Color Shine splatters, some gold that I splat on the right hand side of the layout. And yes, that's about it for this layout. So we need some more suggestions from you guys. We are running out of the list of suggestions that we made with all of your lovely comments and suggestions from what you guys would like to see us use, to give you some inspiration on using your difficult, hard to use products and elements and things like that. Please, also, if you would like to see us use a tool or something like that, you're welcome to put that in as well. I'm not sure if we, I can't promise we'll have all the tools that you might suggest for us to use, but we will try and see how much we can accommodate you guys in that. So please leave us some comments on anything that you would like to see us use. And it's always fun to see the interpretation I have, and then to see the interpretation that Becky has. And we usually come up with totally different pages by using the same elements. And it's so fun to see how that turns out in the end. So those little puffy stickers, the love sunshine words and the little hearts puffy stickers that I'm using there, those are just from Felicity Jane. I'm not sure from which collection they are or from which kit they are, but they are some Felicity Jane. And I'm happy to be using some of my Felicity Jane. I'm hoarding it, but every once in a while I go in there and I pick up something and then I find myself using it. So I'm using those little word stickers and the little phrase stickers from Willow Lane as well, just to add some interest and also some black to the layout, because there's a lot of black in the photo and there's no other black on the layout. So that just ties in a little bit, you know, with the rest of, you know, with the photo. It brings out that little black, and also the black in the title as well, Love Sunshine, that also ties that in a little bit better. So, as I said, I would love to hear from you guys. I love reading your comments. Your comments are always so encouraging. I've never had a negative comment before, and you know, I'm sure that will change one day. I'm sure one day I'll receive something negative, but your comments are always so encouraging and always so positive, and I'm so thankful for the YouTube community that you know, you guys that follow me on YouTube and that subscribe to my channel. If you are new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. Please consider subscribing, and please hit the notification bell so that you can be reminded or be informed every time I upload a new video. And I've got a couple of series on my channel. I've got this Thrifty Thursday that I release every Thursday, a video with Becky Bitting, where we take suggestions from you guys on how to use products and products from our stash that we can use, just giving you some ideas and some inspiration on that. And then I've got a series called Mini Kit Mondays that we release on Mondays. So I would love to hear from you guys. I would love to see you again next week, Thursday. Bye.